So we're going to talk about muscle memory for a second. We get asked all the time as instructors, why do we have to spend so much time on the range doing these same repetitions or these same shooting drills over and over and over again? It's killing you. We want to do all the fun drills. We want to do this, we want to do that. You got to slow down, you got to take a step back, and you've got to build what we call muscle memory. Muscle memory, what you're doing is you're building habits, proper habits. Now, how you build proper habits is, it follows the key phrase, perfect practice makes perfect performance. Repetitively, if you do the same thing correctly over and over and over again, what you end up doing is you end up pushing that skill into your subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind reacts a lot faster than the conscious mind. I believe it was Bill Rogers, to quote him, I believe he said it best when he said that the subconscious mind is capable of reacting to stimuli with far greater efficiency than the conscious mind in combat situations, and that this subconscious performance is known as a conditioned response. This conditioned response, this reaction to what's going on around you, you fall back on your muscle memory, your subconscious, what you've already trained your mind to do, right? So the only way you can develop that proper muscle memory so that your subconscious mind responds properly is through repetition, muscle memory. You've got to push all of it in it. So instead of me having to think about, all right, wow, there's a bad guy, I have to properly line up the sights. I have to rotate selector lever to fire. I have to take up slack on the trigger. All that needs to be pushed in my subconscious thought. So now I can focus on, is it a threat? Is it not a threat? Is it a threat that warrants deadly force? All right, so lots of repetitions. Now, there have been different studies done. Some say 50 repetitions will develop a good habit. There are other studies that say all the way up to 3,000 repetitions to build a good habit. That's why you'll see the Marines on the range doing just hours and hours of those same drills. Now, if you can't afford to do it with live ammo, like the military, you can do it through dry firing. All right, the only thing you can't work on doing dry fire drills is recoil management. Other than that, reload drills, everything that can all be done at home in a room with no live ammo anywhere around. Do it in a safe environment. You can do almost all of this building of muscle memory through repetition, doing dry fire drills. So now you say, well, I want to get better, but I already have bad habits. 50 repetitions, 3,000 repetitions aren't going to do it. It takes upwards of 5,000 repetitions to break a bad habit. So now you have to go over and over and over again. Why do I say that? Why do I point that out? I point that out because don't develop bad habits. Go out right away, say, I've already made the conscious decision, I want to be a better combat shooter, and every time you go to the range, practice, have fun, but practice doing perfect practice so that when the moment of truth comes, you have perfect performance. That's the only way you're going to do it. All right, now, you've done all the repetitions, you're way up here, you're cutting edge, you're ready to go in, mix metal and meat together, you're awesome. All right, now you go back home and you don't practice anymore because you think you're awesome, you're good to go. Are you good to go for the rest of your life? No, you're not. They've done other studies, you hit that 21-day mark, and then you start losing percentages of your proficiency each day till all of a sudden, oh no, I suck again. Right? And the tragic part behind that is a lot of our conventional military units will train till they're at this combat ready level, and then they'll deploy overseas for 12 months. Come 9 months, when they finally get in that gunfight, the moment of truth, all of a sudden they can't hit what they're aiming at. Why is that? That's because they haven't fired a single round the whole time they've been deployed. They've been doing all their little presence patrols, but they haven't been practicing. That's why you'll see a lot of your soft units, your special ops guys, overseas. Now, they're still going out doing the missions every night, but while they're back inside the wire, when they're planning and prepping for that next mission, they're also going out to the range and they're continuing to build and maintain that good muscle memory. Right? So that's why when the instructors say, all right, we're going to do this again, we're going to do this again, we're going to do this again, what they're doing is they're making you learn that you have to develop that muscle memory. When we take those Marines or those SOCOM guys off the flat range and we move them to the shoot house, when they go through that initial breach point into that room, they start looking around for targets, they don't need to be thinking about All right, I need to rotate my selector lever from safe to fire. I need to bring the gun up and properly line up my sights. I need to worry about having a good rolling through the trigger and then worry about reset. No, there's no time for that. They have to worry about, is it a threat, is it not a threat, is it a threat that warrants deadly force? That's it. Everything else has to be pushed into the subconscious mind, and that's why muscle memory is so important, and that's why we'll push you to do perfect practice through perfect performance through multiple repetitions.